Hey guys, welcome back again to Ken Tamplin Vocal Academy, where the proof is in the singing. I wanted to do a vocal coach reacts to Bruno Mars' best live vocals. This brother is a force, man, and it reminds me obviously a lot of Michael Jackson. Had Michael Jackson not lost a lot of his range and kept some of his power and brought some strength from his mid voice and his call register, his belting register up as high as Bruno has done. Now, I've done a couple of Bruno Mars tunes. I did Grenade a long time ago. I actually had pneumonia when I did that song, so it's not my best performance, but you can check it out. But I also did When I Was Your Man, so I'll go ahead and put that in the description. You can check it out and see how well I did. But with that said, let's react to Bruno Mars, his best live vocals. Here we go. Tone up top. A little pitchy, but it's cool. It means he's really singing. It's great. He's singing to a track with a lot of vocals. Got a very high voice. I love his vocal tone. It's really nice. To the way you were. Good vibrato, man.
Girl, you're amazing, just the way you are.
Pretty.
The way you are. The way you are.
Nice live vocal. Sounds great. Good texture.
Girl, you're amazing, just the way you are.
Beautiful. And it's cool too, I know Eric Clapton did this with Layla and other people have done reinterpretations of their own music, but it's nice when you could do it and not try to feel like you have to hit it exactly like the record. You could make it a lot more intimate like he did, just getting out an acoustic, busting out your tune. If your song sounds good on an acoustic, chances are it's gonna sound great with a big band. If your song doesn't sound good on acoustic, you're gonna have to add a lot of cheese to that band to make your song sound good. And Bruno's pieces, now I know he doesn't write all of his own stuff and he's got a lot of people that, collaborate with him, but in the end, the result is awesome. So let's continue.
Covered in leather and gold, 21 years old, I lost her in the cold. It's unfair, she's out there, somewhere.
Great pitch, spot on pitch, man, that's awesome.
She's somewhere.
And you can even hear that he's singing into an RE20. A lot of times, when you hear these vocals and they're supposedly live and whatnot, and it sounds like they're singing into an old, like mine, an M149, like a Neumann or a U87 or like a Telefunken or something like that. You can tell that the live vocals aren't live because the vocal sound is too perfect and fat and round. And he's singing in what's called an RE20, a Sennheiser RE20. In fact, they use that mic for all kinds of things from guitar amps to toms to kick drums, you name it. It's mostly used as a radio microphone for radio announcers, and that's actually probably one of the reasons he's doing it on a radio show. But you can hear that it's legit, and he's got just an acoustic, a guy back there, singing with him, just doing some nice harmony, some percussion, and he's pretty naked with his vocal sound and still pulling it all off, doing a great job, man.
We're in Brooklyn.
Can't really hear the vocal that well because there's so much echo from the room. It's obviously someone's phone or something, but I'll do it for you so you can kind of. Okay, that last song kind of reminded me of, maybe you guys can relate to this. When you're driving along and you can't get any radio stations in very good, right? And you hear a song that you really like, it's good, right? And you're imagining what that song sounded like because you know the melody so well, so you're just kind of rocking with it anyway. That's what that last song reminded me of, where you couldn't really make out what he was doing, but you knew the melody, right? Anyway, all right, let's continue. Ken, just chill.
If my body was on fire.
Sounds good, man.
Oh, you'd watch me burn.
Oh, you watch me burn. So this is Grenade. Again, a reinterpretation. Awesome. Like I said, he does great reinterpretations of his own stuff, man. That's really cool.
You'll never be the same, baby, once I'm done with you.
Nice groove. Nice high notes. Look at those lasers, man. Kind of reminds, oh, all the young dudes. You guys that don't know what it is, look up the song All the Young Dudes. Very similar on the chorus. Notice the guy just doesn't go out of pitch, man. The guy's always rock solid on his pitch. His placement's really cool. Hey, man, good job, dude. Hats off to you there, Bruno. Nice stuff. Long way from doing your Elvis impersonations in Hawaii when you were a kid all the way to this. It's killer. And, you know, you've got some really good help with, you know, all the funk stuff that you have, the horn stuff, and a lot of the songwriting stuff has been awesome too. So. Good band.
I don't feel like picking up my phone, so leave a message at the tone. Yesterday I swear I'm not too big.
Great stylistic changes, man. With this guy, man. That's great. And you know, it's kind of interesting. Whoever put this together, Pop Crush or Pop something, they chose a lot of acoustic pieces, which is kind of interesting because you really get to hear the rawness of his vocal and how crisp it is and how clean it is. Clean in the sense of good pitch and tone and range and whatnot. So.
Can I just stay here, spend the rest of my days here, 'cause you make me feel
Pitch is so good. Good mixed voice.
For too long, too long, for too long, too long. Yeah, you make me feel like I've been locked up.
See what I mean? A reinterpretation of his own stuff. Great stuff, man.
For too long.
The band Fish used to do this, still does, but where they would, you know, every night they'd do a different song, they'd do it, or a different interpretation of a song. So every time you went and saw the band, it wasn't seeing the same show over and over again. Every night they had something cool and unique. And Bruno pulls that off in a great way with all these different reinterpretations of his own stuff. So.
Yeah, I'll be the first to say that I was wrong. For my mistakes, but I just want you to know.
Good run. Can you guys see what I mean about the Michael Jackson thing? Except his runs are cooler and he has a lot more range than Michael did when Michael left us. He has maintained his voice all the way through this, has a bigger sound, and is able to kind of like be Michael part 2, which is really awesome. So let's continue to rock. Nice R&B, old school R&B stuff. It's cool. Now, I want to point something else out, and again, it's a little bit of a pet peeve of mine, so guys, humor me for a minute. I'm only Ken Tamplin, but I'm allowed to have my opinion. I'm entitled to that. But a lot of the boy bands that are out today and the male singers, they all kind of sound the same to me, and I don't want to name names, but they all have that kind of little boy sort of voice, not necessarily in the best of ways, but there's no real manliness to a lot of the newer singers, especially in the pop world. And what I like about him is, though he does have those qualities and characteristics, he does man up to the sound. And he does have a lot of strength and a lot of beef, you know, a lot of in the sound, rather than just always sounding light and airy and no archedia, as they say in Greek. Look that one up. Anyway, Let's check this next one out. Here we go.
All the things like what you're doing, and in my head I paint a picture.
That's great. Amy Winehouse.
Since I've come home, well, my body's been a mess, and I miss your ginger hair and the way you like to dance. Won't you come on over? Stop making a fool out of me.
That's great. What a great job. Well, you know, it's interesting you did an Amy Winehouse tune because the writer that did that and has worked with him on, collaborated with him on some other stuff, has helped him a lot with some of his biggest hits. You should check that out. But anyway, guys, thank you for joining me. I have a singing course. It's called How to Sing Better Than Anyone Else. And I walk you guys through step by step how to get to all these different vocal placements, tones, textures, range, pitch, stamina. And it's actually a process. You don't just walk out and just start singing. You actually have to really work at this in order to attain this kind of level of excellence. And it is true excellence. So my hat's off to you, Bruno. You did a fantastic job. I have a singing forum out there, guys. If you want to join, it's free. KenTamplinVocalAcademy.com. Come join us. I think we're like at 15 some odd thousand people in there. It might even be up to 20 now. I don't know. It just keeps growing and growing. And we negotiate and talk about all this stuff. So you can visit me on Facebook. I'm on Twitter. I'm all over the place. But until next time, God bless you guys and peace out. Hey guys, if you like what you heard, please like and subscribe to my channel by clicking on the subscribe button. That will actually take you to another page where you want to click on the bell icon and it opens up a menu, and the menu has notifications on it where there's a little box you can check where it says send me all notifications for this channel. Check the box and then click the save button and you'll get notifications from me every time I have a cool video come out. Okay? Thanks guys. Peace out.